Let's have a look at translation number 8. We have, I'm worried about my sister. She seems to be depressed all the time, and I feel her distant from me. Her husband, Francisco, says that she is okay. It's just that she is very busy with her work at the moment, but I don't believe him. I think they are fighting a lot and that they have serious problems. Let's correct this. With their relationship. I was going to visit my sister last week to bring my nephew to the zoo, but I couldn't do it. Tomorrow I'll try to call her again. We're starting off with I'm worried, and we have an I am here, so it's going to be ser or estar. I would go with estar because I'm saying that, not that I'm a worried person, it's just that I'm worried about this particular situation with my sister. So it would be estoy for I am, and then to be worried in Spanish is to be preoccupied, preocupado. If you were a female, talking about yourself would be preocupada. So let's put it as both. Estoy preocupado. Now, about my sister, just looking on the surface, you might be tempted to put sobre aquí, but we have to take into account the context of what we're saying. Because really, it would be much more natural here in Spanish to use por. I'm worried for my sister. Remember that one of the central things at the heart of por is the reason why. So I'm worried, and the reason why, por, is because of my sister here, mi hermana. So estoy preocupado por mi hermana. Next up we have she seems. So to seem is a verb. It's parecer, like that. So she seems would be parece. She seems, parece. And then to be would be estar, because we're saying again depressed, this mood or emotion. So parece estar. And then depressed is deprimido, but we'll make it deprimida because we're referring to my sister, female. Deprimida. All the time, todo el tiempo. There's a couple of things here. Parece can mean he seems, she seems, or it seems. Now, if I was saying it seems, this would force me into putting in que, right? It seems that, okay, but because I'm using it as she seems, then I don't need to. She seems to be is perfectly fine. I don't need que. Because you wouldn't in English say she seems that to be, right? It sounds immediately wrong. So parece estar, she seems to be, and then depressed all the time. This other thing here, all the time, that kind of implies a permanent thing, right? That all the time she's depressed, so it pushes you more into using ser. But we have to remember that this is just my opinion and I'm expressing it with she seems. So for that reason, it would sound more natural to use estar. That's still to use that transitory, non-permanent type of feel to it. Parece estar deprimida todo el tiempo. And is going to be e. I feel her distant from me. So I feel, the verb is sentir. And again, we wouldn't do siento because this explodes here in the middle. Y siento. And we're saying I feel her, so it would be la siento. Distant ending in ant, that's a cognate, right? So ant goes to ante. Distante, and then from me, de mi. Now her husband, for husband you have two choices. You can say marido or you can say esposo. Where I live in Mexico, they say esposo quite a lot, so we'll use that. Su esposo Francisco. Now he says would be dice, and we have that would be que. Dice que she is okay. So this is simply está bien. It's just that she is very busy. So it's just could be es solamente or es solo que she is very busy. Again, I would use estar here, está, because she can't be busy 24 hours a day, all the time, every day of her life, right? It's not like that. So it's like a state of being. So therefore it's going for está. Está, and then very busy would be muy ocupada. Again, ending in A. Very occupied. That's how they say busy in Spanish, very occupied. So again, ocupado is going to be ocupada because we're still referring to my sister. Dice que está bien, es solo que está muy ocupada with her work, con su trabajo. At the moment, what they would use is in this moment, en este momento. But we have pero, I don't believe him. Let's take this all in one go. So it would be creer is the verb to believe, right? And then I believe, creo. It would be no lo creo, pero no lo creo. Literally, but not him, I believe. I think we have pensar. Okay, so we could use that. But if you went like this, penso, right, it would be wrong because like sentir, this is another one where it explodes here. So I believe would be pienso, pienso. But if you think about it, you could also just use creo again because I believe or I think in this instance, it's going to mean the same thing. So creo que, I think that they are fighting. This we could simplify just to they fight a lot. Now the verb to fight is pelear. And so they fight would be pelean, the N for they in the present tense. Creo que pelean a lot, mucho. And that, y que, they have, tienen. Serious problems. So first we say what it is, then we're going to say something about it. So it'll be problemas. And then for serious, you could use like graves, like grave problems. In English, we have grave danger. So problemas graves with their relationship. So we have con su. Relationship is relación with an accent over the O. Oops. Con su relación. I was going as a handle. Iba a visit, to visit, visitar, my sister. Now, mi hermana. But we have to be careful here because look, we have a verb and the action of that verb, right, it's being directed towards a person. So verb and then person. So we have to throw in the personal a here. You see how easy it is to miss that because in English we don't do it. So iba a visitar a mi hermana. That's the personal a. Then last week would be la semana pasada. Again, any of these that you didn't know, you just check it with Google. So you just typed it in, you would see last week, la semana pasada. To bring my nephew, doesn't this imply in order? To bring my nephew, so we throw in para. And then to bring, the verb is traer, like that. My nephew is mi sobrino. If you were saying my niece, it would just change to sobrina, mi sobrina. Okay, mi sobrino, to the zoo. This two is a, and then the zoo is el zoológico. Zoológico. See how we push down on the accent there? Zoológico. Zoológico. Here we have a and l, and over time that just got contracted in everyday speech. So eventually Spanish grammar adopted it. So para traer mi sobrino al zoológico. It only happens with those masculine words. If it was something, a feminine word, it would remain separated, but al zoológico, like that. Then we have pero. I couldn't do it. You have to be careful here. This is the past. So a dot or a line, for me this is very much a dot because I'm referring to a specific point in time that I couldn't do something. So that would push me into no pude, dot past. And then it's a handle, so hacerlo. But I couldn't do it. At that moment, at that point in time, dot, no pude hacerlo. We have tomorrow, mañana. I will try to call her. Couldn't we just say I'm going to try and use our handle again? So we have voy a. And then the verb to try, you have a few different choices, but I tend to go with tratar de, followed by the full verb. Llamar is to call, and we're saying call her, so it'll be llamarla, like that. You can see we're stacking verbs here, 3 in a row. We have handle, voy a, to try, tratar de, call her, llamarla. And then again, otra vez. So we have our translation here now. Estoy preocupado por mi hermana. Parece estar deprimida todo el tiempo y la siento distante de mí. Su esposo Francisco dice que está bien, es solo que está muy ocupada con su trabajo en este momento, pero no lo creo. Creo que pelean mucho y que tienen problemas graves con su relación. Iba a visitar a mi hermana la semana pasada para traer mi sobrino al zoológico, pero no pude hacerlo. Mañana voy a tratar de llamarla otra vez.